Hey everybody, long time no see. Gonna do a quick video that I just got in for a product, and it's this guy right here. This is the Brownells BRN-4 M27 barrel. It is a 16.5 inch chrome lined. I'm assuming it's button rifled and everything normal. M27 profile barrel made by Faxon for Brownells for their BRN line. This is the first kind of affordable option that people have had to buy an M27 type barrel. And if you don't know what the difference is the general profile of all. For M27 barrels, really your only three options are the Nefarious Arms barrels, which from my understanding are pretty expensive and then pretty hard to get to, and then to get an actual MR 556A1 barrel, get it cut and turned down and whatever else to make it correct. But anyways, you can get these for $350, and then most of the times it's on sales because Brownells likes running a lot of sales. But the enticing part about this is, one, it is the actual proper 16.5 inch, not 16 inches, that the original BRN-4 barrels were. So like the first time I tried to do an IAR build, the first Brownells had a 16 inch barrel, and it just looked weird. If you have the full proper 16.5 inch barrel, it actually looks correct. It's got a heavy profile underneath, kind of similar heavy profile as the original BRN barrel, and then it kind of tapers down to this like semi-lighter profile up front. It does come with a bayonet lug. We'll talk about that for a sec in a little bit, but it does come with a bayonet lug. It doesn't come obviously with a gas block or a barrel nut or anything like that. So it's just really just a strip barrel and a bayonet lug that comes with it, and then it's got like the actual correct machining, little steps and stuff like that the actual M27 barrel is. Haven't shot this yet, so I can't tell you how accurate it is. I'm assuming based on everyone else's feedback online that this should be at least a 1.5 to 2 minute of angle gun, kind of on par with what the actual M27 is supposed to be doing. But yeah, overall fit and finish of the barrel looks pretty great. It's a manganese phosphate, so it's got the the more gray look to it rather than a nitrided barrel as the other BRN-4 barrels are. So this is more clone correct, I suppose. Installation on the BRN-4 was super simple. Just spin your barrel off, put this barrel on, spin it on, kind of like every other AR-15 barrel. So there is one initial point of contention that I have with this barrel, and it has to do with this bayonet lug. I don't understand why Brownells can't just do their homework correctly the first time around when they make these specifications for other manufacturers. But if you're building an actual IAR and you care about the details, then you're going to get the actual like HK 11-inch quad rail. You're not buying Brownells' M27 inspired one that has the cut off parts in the back, and it looks weird, right? So you're getting the actual HK 11-inch quad rail. But if you do that and you use the original location for the bayonet lug that Faxon made for this, it's literally 3/16 of an inch too short on this direction, so that like for most of them it should be barely flush. Like you should see there that you can barely see any light between the back end of the bayonet lug and the front end of the rail. Well, the original location they had it all the way pretty decent amount recessed into the handguard, which doesn't look right. I don't understand why they couldn't make the shoulder for this one a little bit longer and then put it in the correct location. Maybe it's like a data package thing. I don't know, but either way, it wasn't terribly difficult to relocate the bayonet lug to the correct position. If you're using kind of shitty hand tools like that, you're gonna butcher it. I butchered this, but you know, most of it should be hitting underneath the bayonet lug, so it shouldn't really matter. It comes with a coil pin, which unfortunately, if you mess up, which I did, hard to admit, but you know, normal roll pin should work too. But yeah, either way, if you want a M27, it's more attainable now for sure. I think the only thing out of this whole build that you can't functionally get or readily get without paying like an absorbent amount of money is the lower receivers. The BRN-4 type lower receivers, or the HK416 type lower receivers. I know there are ways to get them, but you know, they're gonna be more pricey than obviously like a normal AR-15 receiver. But I suppose if you don't care about that, then you know, you can get most of these other parts, you know, off of your Midways and your Brownells. And you know, I think the only hardest part was to get the rail, and I got that off of Euro Optic. You know, back in stock reminders are going to be your best friend when it comes to a lot of these things. So yeah, like I said, haven't shot it, so don't know how well it does, but it looks good, and lucking's half the battle. So, oh, also, if you buy this, you can also build your, you know, HK416 ends, if that matters to you. And then, you know, obviously if you do that, you won't need to relocate the barrel or the bayonet lug. Yeah, I don't know, should shoot good. We'll find out in a little bit. So yeah, see you guys later.